The day that I found out that Steamers is coming back and at this amazing place, Campus JAX, I was like the best Christmas gift.
When Terence Love from Steamers and JAX kind of combined to create these Steamers Jazz Nights, it just seemed like the most perfect thing to have happen. The whole musical community here is excited about that.
Seeing, wow, what a lovely place. It's got beautiful sound, light, video, everything, and the food was fabulous. And they were doing the thing right.
One of the things that I love most about Steamers and then now at Campus JAX is when the sound system and the stage is so beautiful, the best musicians in the world want to play there. And I was able to call guys that I never dreamt of playing, that would get so excited. And now it's the same thing. I talk to musicians and I go, hey, you want to come down and play with me at Campus JAX? Yeah. Campus JAX, yes.
Well, I've been all over the world and I've seen a lot of different musical environments. The talent here is so off the charts. I mean, it's hard for people that aren't from here to understand how good here is, how good the musicians are here, how good everybody. I mean, it's like all the people that I have on stage with me coming up are just so talented. It's ridiculous, the talent pool that we have to draw from here.
Only the best musicians, all the time. It's one of the things I want to do is present the music in the greatest way. I want the music to feel like they're just not background music.
Here at Campus JAX, we have a love of the music, the audience. The team here has just made so many efforts to not only bring the musicians and the audience together like Terence was doing for so long, but to do it at a really high quality. I've been doing clubs for, again, more years than I care to count. And this is a very rare example of how a music venue can run and be set up. And I feel nothing but care is given to what we're trying to present here and how we're trying to present it.
Now we've been doing this for months and it's worked out fantastic. I see a great future ahead.
From what I know about Terence, he did it because he loves the music.
And everybody responds to it because you have that atmosphere. And it really is recapturing that magic. There's an electricity. You know something special is happening and you're a part of it. And that's what I loved walking into Steamers all those years ago. And that's what I love about walking into Campus JAX.
I love Terence Love, and I'm so excited that he's a part of the team here at Campus JAX.
Steamers Jazz is back, and it's at Campus JAX.
Steamers Jazz at JAX. We're here.
We're live.
Tony Guerrero, what's up, my friend?
I don't know. I thought I was frozen there for a
we're
second.
Live
how are you?
And we're kicking here. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty. We started late, but we are here. We've got a great show tonight, all the way from Austria, DENA DEROSE. There's also this great trumpeter, arranger, conductor, this, that, and funny man himself, Tony Guerrero, is going to do a little bit. And who else are we bringing in?
He is fantastic. Well, I do know that we have TERENCE and ZACK CAPLINGER are going to be live in JAX, in Campus JAX. Right?
That's right.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure because I'm not there. I'm here in my studio, and I just want to make sure things are running as they should today. So,
yes, they are. And speaking of here in the studio, I'm here in my studio too. You got the guitars, I got the cameras.
Yeah, you sure do.
Anyway, so I'm not sure exactly how we're gonna. I'm not sure exactly how we're gonna go about doing this. Normally, we have that little guy Tim breathing down our neck, telling us what to do. So we're just like marionettes without a puppeteer behind us today. So I would imagine that we're gonna run some videos.
Now I do know that
yeah,
we had to talk to, tell me her name again, because I don't want to say it wrong. From Austria.
DENA DEROSE?
DENA, yeah, DENA. So we had to talk to her earlier, and I wasn't able to be there. So you're doing that all on your own, aren't you? Yeah, you didn't blow it.
All on my own, man. You know, I don't think so. I did. You know, I've got a long time a relationship with her, and it was really good. And we did miss you, though. You know, we missed you. So I think what we're gonna do, first of all, is run a little bit of hers. I think we're starting out with a big man that she did, and I believe Terrell Stafford is on that. I'm not sure exactly, but we're gonna let our producer Tim run that, and here we go. There's a tip jar too. I'm telling you, go to steamersjax.com if you want to throw in a little bit of love for this little thing here we got going.
Whenever I think of you, darling, I'll think of you day in and day out, day out, day in. Now I needn't tell you how my day begins. When I wake with a tingle, one possibility in view, possibility of maybe seeing you. Come rain, come shine, meet you and to me the day is fine. Then I kiss your lips and the pounding becomes an ocean's roar. 1,000 drums, can't you see it's love? There can't be any doubt when there it is, day in and day out, day in and day out. Same old voodoo follows me about, same old pounding in my heart whenever I think of you, and when I think of you, day out, day in. Needn't tell you how my day begins. When I wake with a tingle, one possibility in view. Come rain, come shine, I meet you and to me the day is fine. Then I kiss your lips and the pounding becomes an ocean's roar. 1,000 drums, can't you see it's love? There can't be any doubt when there it is, day in and day out. bothers me about. Same old pounding in my heart whenever I think of you. Darling, I think of you day in and day out. Needn't tell you how my day begins, 'cause when I wake with a tingle, one possibility in view. Possibility of maybe seeing you come rain, come shine. Meet you and to me the day is fine. Then I kiss your lips and the pounding becomes an ocean's roar. 1,000 drums. Can't you see it's love? There can't be any doubt. But there it is. Day in and day
Slow down, it's Sunday. Life's a ball, let it fall right in your lap.
It's no small accomplishment to be thought of as the most creative and compelling singer-pianist since Shirley Horn. But that's exactly how Joel Siegel of the Washington City paper describes DENA DEROSE. As a recording artist, DEROSE has 10 CDs, all of which have received superior accolades. DENA has brought vitality and innovation along the sides of Ray Brown, Clark Terry, Marion McPartland, Benny Golson, Scott Hamilton, John Schofield, Deborah Brown, Jimmy Cobb, Ken Poplowski, John Clayton, and Jeff Hamilton. The New York City Records Ken Dryden review of United wrote, DENA DEROSE has grown into one of the most acclaimed pianist-vocalists during her 2 decades plus as a professional. Steamers Jazz at Campus JAX is honored to present our friend, DENA DEROSE. For this first segment, we have the lovely and talented, an old friend of mine, all the way from Austria, DENA DEROSE. How you doing, DENA?
Great, Terence. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, my God. What a pleasure to see you again. I was trying to think. Last time I saw you was it the West or the Newport Festival, or what was it?
Outside Portland there at Holly Hoffman's. Were you up there?
Yes. And it's been a while. It's been a while.
October.
You doing okay?
We're doing just great. Yeah.
So what's it like? I know people in different cities and countries are reacting to this thing in a strange way. Some people are really frustrated and struggling, and especially because of the lost jobs. But the common thread that I've heard from these people is that they've found a different side of their creative soul and been able to woodshed and create and all that stuff. And tell me what it's like for you.
Yeah, well, our university closed around March 12th. So from the 15th on until the end of June, I gave online lessons every week I have 12 students there. So it was really Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And I also teach at Siena University. So I have about 4 students there and 2 combos. So we tried to do some online, of course, with that. The private lessons isn't a problem, but ensembles, nobody can play, so it's we did listening mainly, which was very fun because I had them all pick a tune and I picked a tune. And so we'd all listen and, you really get to know people by the music they choose. So anyhow, but it was very fun. And of course the gigs aren't here, but I've done a bunch of online concerts and it's been fun. It's not the same as live, I miss that audience. I mean, we have a few people here today with, it's just a different world. And I don't know if the old world will be back,
Neither do I. And, I can tell you that I don't know if you're that familiar with what I've been doing, but, after I sold Steamers, I was out of it for about 4 years. And people had asked me, had done a few guest emceeing and things like that for jazz festivals and fundraisers. And, you know, they always said, well, why don't you get back into it? And I thought, well, it's just not the right time. And I ran into these guys at Campus JAX, and they really have a great vision. And so for about 8 months, we did this before. It started out at one day a month, and then it turned out to twice a week. And then it's Steamers Jazz at Campus JAX, and then COVID hit. This is now our 17th broadcast that we've done, over on Sundays, and now we've opened up for the last 4 weeks on Thursdays outside. They're fortunate enough to have a big parking lot, and they put like AstroTurf there and separated the chairs and all that. So it's really kind of a neat thing. So but the first outside gig was very, very surreal for the musicians, the audience, and everything, because not having that physical contact, not even touching, but just hearing it live is so different.
Yes, it is so different. I miss it.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
But do you feel better physically, like gotten a little rest and all that stuff?
Got a lot more rest, and things, that's all great. Eating well.
You look fabulous. You always look fabulous, but you look very healthy. So,
summertime too, so I get a little sun action.
You being in Austria and me being here, and we being so, and you're so dear to me. I if I didn't ask for us, I would kill myself. And I have a request for a song, and you played it at Steamers many times, and I just love it. Would you possibly do "We'll Be Together Again"?
Of course, anything for you, Terrence.
Please, thank you.
No tears, no fears. Remember, there's always tomorrow. So what if we have to part? We'll be together again. Your kiss, your smile, our memories we'll treasure forever. So try thinking with your heart. We'll be together again. Times when I know you'll be lonesome. Times when I know you'll be sad. Don't let temptation surround you. Don't let the blues make you bad. Someday, someway, we both have a lifetime before us, for parting is not goodbye. We'll be together again. Haven't played this one in a while, Terrence. Times when I know you'll be lonesome. Times when I know you'll be sad. Don't let temptations surround you. Don't let the blues make you bad. Someday, someway, we both have a lifetime before us. This parting is not goodbye. We'll be together. We'll be together. Ooh, yeah.
Now I know you all, the audience only sees my hand clapping, but I hear a couple of people in the background.
Yeah, there's a few. I have a few friends. Yes.
You've got an audience wherever you go.
Yeah.
So isn't that true? So anyway, why don't you tell me a little bit about this Alpenglow project? That's something that I'm interested in. And
are you? That's
yes, I
a very
am.
different musical style. Most people don't know that I play. Is the free improvised music, and my partner is a great singer, Annette Giesriegel. Her name is here. She's Austrian, and she's really known for the more extended vocal technique, which is a lot of sounds and not so many words. And free improvised music uses many more colors and different parameters in the structure of the music. So it's very fun for me to experiment with that. And we had a project that we are a part of that's called the Styrian Improvisers Orchestra. And through that and through another organization, the VNM, which is about new music, very new composed avant-garde music. This organization coordinated with the Copenhagen musicians. They also have an organization there. A lot of the countries here have them. And so they connected with them, and we went up there, and we had a wonderful bassist, Mads Vinding. Sorry, I had to think of it, because I know another guy, Mads. So there aren't many Mads, M-A-D-S.
I know Mads Tolan.
Mads Tolan, right. That's why that name came to me. Mads Vinding. Mads Vinding, a very legendary jazz bassist, but he was open to doing this with us. He brought all his pedals and all his effects, and what came out was really a very spontaneous recording. It was just a gig we had there during the festival, and so he went ahead and mixed it, and we put it out, and we're hoping to do. I think we have a second one coming. Yeah. Second one is coming, but Alpenglow was the name of the festival that happened.
Well, speaking of spontaneous, why not spontaneously do a little something since he's right there?
He is right here. The Annette Giesriegel.
Hello, Annette.
That's really spontaneous.
Yeah,
it is.
Not plan this, folks.
I just changed.
That's okay. That's what it's all about.
Thanks.
The audience is here for you.
We will do a little here.
Let's do a little.
That was great. Oh, that was fabulous. Thank you so much. You know, and it was really, you know, as a semi-musician myself, I was watching how, you know, you're communicating. Of course, no eyes, but just waiting for the lead of the other person to you know, just embellish whatever was going on.
Yeah.
That was great. That was great.
Fun stuff. You got to be on your toes.
So what's the weather like over there right now? You know, is it hot? Is it
75 and beautiful today.
Oh my God. Trees and old homes and all that stuff all over the place.
Yeah, we're right in the middle of the Pampa, as they say. Well, it's more of a suburb, but sort of the countryside of Graz. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And you know, I've been to Germany, I've been to Switzerland, I've been to France, England.
You gotta come over and visit.
I will. I promise you. Because you know, my son and I do a lot of.
October, that would be really nice.
We do a lot of traveling, you know, for photography and all that stuff. You know, I've always been.
Wow.
So
Austria, you gotta be for the camera.
So any projects coming up that you want to promote or let us know about, or thank you so much.
Meeting to you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, we could just talk about my newest CD that just came out, actually. It's called Ode to the Road.
I like that coat you were.
Yeah, thank you. Fashion coordinator was Annette Geesry. That's what's new at the moment, and so funny that it's called Ode to the Road when, you know, we can't be on the road and whatever. But it is an ode because all the people on here, the great Sheila Jordan, and I did a couple of
fabulous.
Together, and Houston Person, great tenor player, and Jeremy Pelt.
Oh yeah,
trumpet player that's ripping on some tunes, and my trio, my rhythm section of Matt Wilson and Martin Wind.
Yes.
I mean, we're going on about 17 years as a trio now, so it's 18.
Louise.
Yeah.
Now,
with Matt, almost 22 years or more. But
now, have you heard of anything opening up at all in the end of the rest of the year for you, or has it just been?
I did get a call to go to the Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
for a 10-day around Christmas tour. So we'll see. I don't know. None of us really know.
Yeah.
With the COVID, it's like we can't really plan. All the universities are they're not really saying, they're planning on going back, but they're also knowing that it might not happen. So they don't over prepare for the fall in a way, I mean, they're preparing already because students can go there and practice. So they have to clean, they have to do all those things, but every day brings another, we don't know kind of feeling. So,
all right. So what,
the only gigs I have are these few, this month, next week with Scott Hamilton, we're going to record a new CD.
Oh, great.
Do concerts. And I teach a small jazz camp for 4 days, but that's the only work pretty much for really the rest of the year. It's canceled.
Yeah, Scott, I saw him in February at the Newport Beach Jazz Party. I think that's the last time I saw him. Okay, DENA, that was great. And we had such a wonderful time. And we're going to have to say goodbye, but we're going to lead out with another video of yours, Green Dolphin Street, I think it is. Would you let us know, set that one up a little bit? And I love you. It's so great to see you.
Oh, Terence, thank you for having me on. This was fun. And it was great to connect and great. Yeah, Green Dolphin. This was at Stanford Jazz. I think it was around 2000. I don't remember the date, 12 or 14 or something like that. And that's with Matt Wilson and Martin Wynn. They were both teaching out. I've taught at Stanford 23 years, and they come out periodically, but that was Martin's first time. So we had a great opportunity to do a trio concert, but then I had the great Terrell Stafford come up and join us on Green Dolphin Street. So yeah. But thank you again, Terence.
When I recall that streets supply the setting for a night beyond forgetting. Through these moments apart, memories live in my heart. When I recall that love I found, I could kiss the ground on a green open street. memories can live on. 'Cause when I recall that love I found on, I could kiss the ground. I could kiss that ground.
Kisses are worth fighting for. Believe me,
Terren Ray is originally from Laguna Niguel, California, and has been fortunate to learn from some of the best jazz artists in Los Angeles, including Kristen Korb, John Prue, Joey Sellers, and others. She regularly gigs in Los Angeles and Orange County areas at such venues as the Baked Potato, the Press, and other venues. Her most recent album, the Terren Ray Trio album, can be found on Apple Music as well. Terren regularly arranges and copies for Saddleback College, Azusa Pacific University, and Citrus College big bands, as well as the Orange County School of the Arts and their jazz programs. Tonight, Terren will be joined by ZACK, the gifted guitarist who actively performs Southern bluegrass music and contemporary jazz throughout Southern California. Steamers Jazz at Campus JAX is proud to present Terren Ray and ZACK Caplinger. Well, here we are.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Okay, first, let's just clear this up, Terrence. You keep using that voice for those voiceovers, and I might fall in love with you.
I know, man. We wanted to hear more of that.
That's
hey guys,
understandable.
welcome back. You know, you're actually only our second repeat guest. We had Arturo Sandoval on last week for the second time, but
wow,
we're having you back on partially because the last time you were on, we were having some internet problems, so we didn't really get a performance from you like we had hoped. And so I'm glad you're back here, and we're going to do it upright over here at Campus JAX. And so it's good to see you guys.
Good to see you too.
Welcome, Karen. Welcome, Zach.
Hello.
How are you guys doing?
We're good. And actually, we are glad to be back. And we were joking that we're a jinx because you guys were having internet issues before this. And so we're like, oh, I think it's us.
Could be, yeah.
I was wondering the same thing at first, but I think we're okay now. So,
no, it's a pleasure to be here. I mean, such a wonderful crew and a great venue, and so we're happy we could come down and make this work. We're really excited.
Terren, I need to point out that just from watching the video right now of your performance, I'm seeing some new ink on the wrist there.
Yes, I just got this one a couple days ago. It hurt really bad. Anyone who's deciding to get anything on their hand or wrist, I'm just going to warn you now that it hurts real bad.
It hurts.
All right, so guys, tell us. We talked to you just a few weeks ago, but tell us a little bit about how you're keeping busy musically with the quarantine and everything else going on right now.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, it's been a struggle, just like for everyone else. but I've just been doing a lot of practicing and kind of falling in love with why I place, you know. Talking with some of my friends, it's interesting. Before the quarantine, we didn't realize how much we practiced for the gigs that were coming up, you know, and like other people's music and things like that. And now none of that is on the horizon, so we really can focus on the things we love about the instrument and the music we want to write. And so it's been a real exciting time musically, I think.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know. What about you, Taryn?
Well, we're dating, so we have gotten to play a lot together. So do a lot of live Instagram shows, things like that. But I've been doing more. I know I mentioned this last time, but Nancy King arrangements from her album with Fred Hirsch, who Terrence showed me when I used to work back in Steamers as a busser.
You did? I didn't know that.
Yeah. And Tony, you and I met back then, but it was years ago. I'm sure I was like a star-eyed college student. I was like, I want to sing up there, you know. But Terrence showed me Nancy King, and I just fell in love with that album. And so I'm working on her transcriptions. Now I'm working on some Sarah Vaughan transcriptions. And yeah, some big band tunes, hoping that whenever things open up, I have some new material.
Yeah.
And then obviously getting music curriculum online for school coming up, which is a challenge. But I'm starting it early, so I don't have to worry about it in August.
And where are you teaching?
So this next semester, Fullerton College, Chapman University, and Saddleback College.
Right on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a busy time.
Well, not to get too personal, but you did mention something personal. Did the musical thing get together because you're dating, or you started dating after getting together musical?
No, I had to audition.
It's cheaper than hiring a guitar player each time.
No, there was definitely a very strict audition. I had to come in, you know. I had to know like 50 bebop heads and know all the tunes and all.
But no, we definitely started playing music before.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I mean, I think that was kind of the foyer into realizing that we were interested in each other was how well we connected musically at gigs and whatnot. So, absolutely.
Yep. Well, it's really interesting, and I don't know if I went over this with you last time. You know, I wasn't hip as much as I am to all the different types of music, but I wasn't hip to the bluegrass stuff, which I understand you do quite a bit, until I listened to this guitarist vocalist, Molly Tuttle. I don't know if you know who she is.
Absolutely.
And I went and saw her, and I was like, this is my music.
Oh, man. I love it.
Yeah. I'm totally into it now, so I'm going to be checking out your stuff there. But
that would be great. Yeah, actually, my father is a professional musician, and he's kind of a legend in the Southern California bluegrass scene. His name's Dennis Caplinger. Plays the whole family of bluegrass instruments, but banjo is his main instrument. And he turned me on to bluegrass guitar playing when I was a kid, and that's kind of where I started. And joined a band when I was a kid, and we played all over the southwestern United States and recorded a CD and stuff. And then everyone got old enough to go to college, and that's where I got bit by the jazz bug and kind of fell in love with that.
I'm looking for a photo I took in a vintage store recently. Since you mentioned the banjo, so give me a second. Terrence, talk for a minute.
Okay.
That's funny.
So Taryn, do you have any interest in bluegrass?
You know,
I mean, we know you have interest in bluegrass players.
That's a good one. You know, like something like, is it Karen Allison? Is that her name? Or am I missing up? Am I making up names?
I don't know. I'm unfamiliar with that name.
There's a couple singers that I learned about, like in high school, that I was like, oh, what is this? I guess it's folk, but it was really like bluegrass folk.
Mm-hmm.
I've always loved it. I love the harmonies. I think that helped me learn a lot of like church harmonies and things like that. But not probably to the extent that ZACK well, loves it. But I do love it. I think I've learned a lot of harmonic ideas from them.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. I mean, this doesn't need to be a podcast on bluegrass music, but it's funny that no, it's funny you mentioned that, because I've always felt like, especially bluegrass and jazz music are very connected. I'm very grateful to have started in bluegrass, because there's a lot of qualities to bluegrass music that carried over. There's a jam culture, there's a festival culture. It's all music that's played without sheet music for the most part. Like, there's phenomenal bluegrass musicians that don't know how to read a single note, which you can have your own opinions about that, but they're amazing musicians, and everything, most everything's done by ear. And so I'm grateful that I got to start there, because it is true that harmonically bluegrass music can be a little more simple in general. So it was
but the playing is, I mean, there's some virtuoso bluegrass players.
Yeah. So like the technical side of it was a great place to start. And then it gave my ears a chance to kind of improvise and stuff within a basic harmonic framework.
Right.
And then when I got into college, it was like, oh man, this new door opened, but there was so much that I had already kind of practiced in that bluegrass realm.
Yeah.
So
I found the photo that I want to show. I don't know if I'll be able to show you, but back in the 50s and early 60s, there were a bunch of albums that came out where hi-fi was like the key word. It was, strings and hi-fi, whatever. And I found this. Let me see if I can get it in there.
Banjo. Oh my God. That is amazing.
And I just thought, I had never thought about wanting to listen to the banjo in high fidelity, but there it is.
But there it is.
It's funny. It is funny though that you said they were in strings, because one of the top bluegrass guys is named Billy Strings.
Oh yeah, amazing.
You've heard of him, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're back to jazz now. Okay. what we were going to set, I guess we were going to let you guys get on the stage, or do we have more on the interview first?
Well, I have one more. I just have one more question. This is for Terrence, because those of you who aren't familiar with Terrence as much, she's a fantastic big band arranger. And in fact, when I was taking a class, I called her for advice on an assignment I was doing. But I was just curious if you have anything new in the works with your big band.
Yeah, I've been working on a couple actually originals that I'm turning into big band originals, which is different for me because I'm very comfortable with hearing a standard and knowing exactly how I want to arrange it for big band and how I want to sing it, or how I want, I want a trumpet to play that melody, or a guitar or something like that. So I've been working on a couple originals, which is also scary for me because I'm just like an arranger. I don't consider myself a songwriter as much. So I've been working on a couple tunes, which I'm excited about. And I guess for me, depending on how long this quarantine goes, I might try the virtual big band, which also scares me because I'm not a huge tech person. So I might have to look into finding someone that I trust and know that will help me in that realm. But I'm working on a couple of new tunes that are originals, which again is really exciting, but also very different for what I normally do. I think I have like maybe 4 out of 60 tunes that are originals in my big band book. So I'm trying to expand to that and be comfortable with that. So this is the time, I guess, to try new things. So
Right on. Well, let me know. I've done the virtual big band one time, so you can use my years of expertise and wisdom to help you along.
Well, my head's telling me, when is Tony's big band going to play one of Terrence's arrangements? Is that?
Anytime, Terrence, you get me the gig.
There you go.
I got a place for you. I got a place. Matter of fact, Terrence, I don't know if you know, but our first broadcast here on Sundays, this variety show came on because Tony's big band was to be at Campus JAX that week of the 12th or whatever, and when all of this went down. But everything for a reason, right?
And actually, tomorrow night my big band was supposed to be at or tonight was supposed to be at the Festival of Arts this week.
Oh, that's great. That was supposed to be this time. Yeah.
Man.
Hopefully next.
So I guess what we're going to do right now, I guess you're going to go over to the stage.
Okay.
Tony and I are going to have little talk amongst each other, maybe about you guys and things like that, and all the stuff that we got going here.
We're going to air some dirty
Chris
laundry and clear some things up, Terrence.
I was going to say good things.
That's right. Yes. We'll talk about relationships, bluegrass, and all that stuff, while you're not here. So we'll be seeing you, I guess, in a few minutes, right? I believe that's what it is.
We're excited. Thanks for having us, guys.
So everybody stick around and catch their performance right after this.
That's right. Okie dokie.
Good to see you guys.
Good to see you too. We're going to head over.
All right.
All right, Tony, it's you and me. We got to talk about, first of all, our Steamers tip jar, campusjax.com, and not Campus Jax, steamersjax.com. And if anything you can put in to help us do this, this is now our, I think, 17th.
No, I want to say 18th, possibly 19th, because I think I thought we hit the 18th last week, but
it could be. I've lost track of time, but I do know that we've had so many wonderful musicians and people behind the scenes, and of course you and I we're running out of jokes for each other, But if you can help us out, because it does take a lot. We've got a lot producing these things in the background. You don't know what's going on, but we've got Gold and John and Janvier and Tim and Jack and all these people helping us put this together. You just see us two up here, or the musician, but there's a place, steamersjax.com, where you can donate. And we are doing our live at Campus Jax this Thursday night with the Chris Williams Sextet, I believe. And Chris has who does he have? He has Mahesh
Balasuri on piano, who's one of the most fantastic pianists around. He's kind of mind-boggling. Yeah. And I think David Miller's on bass, and I don't remember I don't remember who else in the band, but I know I'm going to play a little bit.
I should have it somewhere, but I do. I know that. Let me find it right here.
I'll be playing, and that's all you need to know.
Peter Buck on drums.
Oh, great! I love Peter.
Edmund Velasco on tenor sax, and some guy named Tony GUERRERO, something like that, on the trumpet. It's going to be a great show, and you being up there on the stage again is always a lot of fun. And there's a way you can go see that. You go to Campus Jax. You got to buy tickets in advance. They're $15. We have room for singles. You don't have to fill up a table. You just make sure you go to there and purchase the tickets. We're doing it all by COVID restrictions. We've got 6, 7, 8 feet in between the tables. All the servers wear masks and gloves, and your temperature's taken and all that stuff. Every precaution to make it a safe area. It's outside in the parking lot. We have a AstroTurf on the ground, a full-blown stage with light, sound, and everything.
And also, we're taking 6 minutes between each song too. Just
6 minutes, okay.
Totally
and what
sure.
is? Am I filling that?
Yeah, no, we're just 6 minutes of silence to make sure we're safe.
There you go. That's good. You don't hear what we hear, but anyway, the other thing about that, for all of you people, we have a producer named Tim who has this laugh.
they need to stop that mic.
We hear and you don't. He needs to mute his mic. Wendy, put a muzzle on that man. Anyway, so this Thursday night, Chris Williams will be here. Also, for those of you who can't make it, those of you in internet land all over the world, I know Dina's going to be listening at 2 a.m. in Austria, and people all over in Brazil. You can watch it on our feed. We'll be streaming it live from the show. I'll be also in that little booth like where you saw Terrence and Zach talking behind the scenes like a golf announcer at the green, So, okay, Tony's going to pick up that.
There's that voice again, Terrence.
That was a passing tone. That's not part of the chord, Anyway, so and the other thing I do. Wait a second. I'm getting little notes. Yeah, you can catch the live stream there. I do want to tell you though that this thing that we're doing when we do a live performance. We call it Afterglow, and I think it's going to be Life Can Be Beautiful. Correct?
No.
Okay,
so here's what I know is going on. We're going to play a tune from my performance last week, or a week and a half ago. And then I think we're going to come back, and then we're going to play another performance from that, another song from that performance called Life Can Be Beautiful. And then we're going to the Afterglow. That's what I understand.
Okay.
So the first tune, just to set up this first tune, if they're ready for it, is we're going to play a song.
Roll that tune, guys. Roll that tune.
Well, hold on. Let me introduce it. So I did have in the past, those of you who know me on Facebook probably saw that over the last week I lost two very dear friends. One was one of my best friends from high school, and then another was a very close family friend, one of my sister's best friends. And they both passed away. And I learned of my sister's friend on the day that we had our performance at Campus JAX, and her name was Laura. And there happens to be a beautiful tune in the jazz repertoire called Laura, and I thought it would be appropriate that night to play that song and dedicate it to her. So that's what this first video is. It's a beautiful tune called Laura. And let's see if it's ready to roll.
I'd like to do one song right now that wasn't part of our normal set, and I don't say this to bring a somber tone, I guess, to the festivities tonight, but I did lose a friend today, and so I'd like to dedicate this song to her. It's a classic song called Laura, and so we're just going to play it one time just so I can honor her in this way, and this is a beautiful tune called Laura.
Fantastic. That's a great song. Always one of my favorites.
It is one of the nice things about being a musician is that when events like that happen in your life, sometimes you have an outlet that you can just sort of say something like that, you know, and it was just a nice moment for me to be able to honor her that way. And then a couple days later, my best friend passed away. So anyways, it was a tough week, but you know, it's good to be able to express it musically. Speaking of expressing things musically, one of the things that and Terrence, you and I haven't even talked much about this, but one of the things we're trying to get going with Campus JAX and the whole JAX Entertainment brand is to start releasing some albums. And tomorrow night we're going to actually do our first recording session for essentially for this new record label with the great Will Braum. The guitarist Will Braum is going to be coming in.
That's right.
And we're going to record an album with him tomorrow, a trio album. And so we're excited about that and all the things that are going to hopefully come out of this. We're just going to keep taking this steamroller and, paving the road. I don't know. I didn't think through my analogy at all, but
that's all right.
Yeah.
But I will be there also taking some photos.
Great.
And so I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. And Will is just an incredible guitarist.
Yeah,
just
he is.
Incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't be.
Yeah.
Good.
So before you go and introduce the next one, I want to let people know once again that maybe didn't hear it before. Thursday night, Chris Williams will be live on the stage with his quintet this Thursday. Tickets are available at campusjax.com. $15. You can go as a single. You got to purchase tickets in advance. We're limiting it to 48 seats. So if you want to come see it, make sure you check it out.
Now,
Last show we
remember, it's actually not just his quintet because I will be joining him, which makes it a sextet. And because it's me joining them, it actually makes it a sexy tet.
The sexy tet. There you go.
So,
exactly.
I just thought we should probably clarify that.
And I think maybe we should add $1 to the ticket price for you.
Right.
Okay, so there's 48 seats only available. Make sure you come out and purchase tickets. Last time when you were there, we sold it out. So
we did.
And we want to do that again, and we have to respect all the COVID procedures, etc. So campusjax.com to get that. If you want to help us out with these broadcasts that we do, and by the way, those who can't make it Thursday, they can always check it out on our broadcast right here. But you can go to steamersjax.com, donate a few bucks or even more if you feel like it. And with that, I think you're going to let us know in the next video we got, right?
We've got one more video coming up, and this is again from my performance a couple weeks ago. And this is a song that is I love this tune. I've never heard it before until a Beverly Kenny album recording, and it's just such a great tune and such a beautiful message. It's called "Life Can Be Beautiful," and of course Leah does a great job singing it. And this is my quintet, and "Life Can Be Beautiful." And I think I'm probably going to be signing off here so that I can turn around to the big fancy computer and watch Terrence and Zach's performance.
Beautiful. Thanks,
All right.
Tony. Love
Good
you,
to see
my
you, Terrence,
friend.
man.
We'll see you tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Thank you, everybody.
Life can be beautiful. A song called "Life Can Be Beautiful."
Okay, buddy.
And it can, even in quarantine, guys. Okay. Look at us all smiling.
Life can be beautiful. How do I know? 'Cause somebody wonderful just told me so. Life can be summertime when it's really fall. Love can come anytime, anytime at all. Life can be heavenly. Take nights like this. What makes them heavenly? All of your kiss through all these many years. I guess I always knew that life could be beautiful with you. beautiful. How do I know? 'Cause somebody wonderful just told me so. Life can be summertime when it's really fall. Love can come anytime at all. Nights can be heavenly. Take nights like this. What makes them heavenly? Only our kiss. Through all these many years, I guess I always knew that life could be a bundle of joy if you share it with the right boy. Life could be beautiful with you.
The tenor saxophone. Gary Matsumoto playing piano over there, just sounding great, looking great.
Smelling funky.
It's a good motto to live by.
Oh man, that's a catchy tune. Who did that? Tony Guerrero, huh? How you doing, folks? Well, Tony had to go to the big computer of the sky or whatever. He's writing something. I'm not sure, but he was working part-time today, and that's okay because he works very hard. Anyway, I'm back. Terrence Love here, Steamers Jazz at Campus JAX, and we have what we call Afterglow, and that is where we actually do a live performance on the stage at Campus JAX inside. And we have Terren Ray and ZACK Clappinger, and they're going to be doing a song or two. I'm not sure, but I believe they're ready. They're doing a whole set baby, is what I understand. A whole set baby. Let's hear it for Terren Ray and ZACK Clappinger.
Time after time, I tell myself that I'm so lucky to be loving you, so lucky to be that one you run to see every evening when all the days are through. I only know what I know. The passing years will show. You've kept my love so young, so new, and time after time, tell myself that I'm so lucky to be loving you. Oh, time after time, I tell myself that I'm lucky to be loving you, so lucky to be this one you're on to see every single evening when all my days are through.
It's okay now.
I only
How much time?
know what I know.
Oh,
The
I'm
passing
done?
years will show that you've kept my
No, that's all right. They're going to be for a whole set.
just so young and new.
Thank you, man. I'll see you tomorrow.
And time after time, tell myself that I'm so lucky to be loving you.
I said time after time, I tell myself that I'm just so lucky to be loving you. Just so lucky to be this one you run to see every evening when all the days are through. I only know, oh, but I know the passing years will show you've kept my love for so young, so new, and time after time tell myself that I'm so lucky to be loving you. I'm just so lucky to be loving you.
Welcome to the Afterglow. My name is TERENCE, and this is ZACK CAPLINGER on guitar, and we're just so lucky to be asked to be here with you guys. Wow, I just quoted the lyrics of the last song on accident. But thank you guys so much for having us. We're really lucky to do a couple. And we would love to do another tune called Like Someone in Love, and this was arranged by our own ZACK CAPLINGER. Enjoy.
I find myself gazing at stars, hearing guitars just like someone in love. Sometimes these things I do astound me. Mostly whenever you're around me lately, I seem to walk as though I have wings. I just bump into things like someone in love. Each time I look at you, I'm just limp as that glove and feeling like someone in love. Lately, I find myself out gazing at stars, hearing your guitar like someone in love. Sometimes these things I do astound me, mostly whenever you're around me. Lately, I seem to walk as though I have wings, bumping into things just like someone in love. Each time I look at you, I'm just limp as a glove, feeling like someone, feeling like someone. I'm feeling like someone in love. Feeling like someone, like someone in
Once again, that was a beautiful arrangement by ZACK CAPLINGER, which I personally love. If you watched the podcast before this, I'm an arranger, and I love listening to people's arrangements that come across in a way that's the way that they feel about it. And I feel like with the 6/8 feel, it could feel happy or sad to me, and I love that kind of, you don't know what it's. Depends on your day, I guess. I don't know. But this next tune we're going to do is another swinging one for you. This is It Could Happen to You.
Hide your heart from sight, lock your dreams at night. Oh, you know, it could happen to you. Don't count stars, or you might stumble. Somebody drops the sign, down you tumble. Keep that eye on spring, run when church bells ring. Oh, you know that it could happen to you. Oh. All I did was wonder how your arms could be, yes, and it happened to me. Somebody drops that sigh and down you to keep that eye on spring. A run when church bells ring. Oh, you know it could happen to you. Oh, all I did was wonder how your arms could be. And it happened, oh, you know that it happened. Yes, it happened to me. Oh, man. Good times. It could happen to you. That's great. If it's okay with you guys, I'm going to take a quick sip of my Jack and Coke. So I'm going to be honest. So Frank Sinatra was my very first jazz love. Freshman year of high school, I found out who he was, and I literally listened to him for almost a full school year. I even did my freshman English project on him and his life. But one thing I loved was just how cool the Rat Pack was. Just being able to like sip. I mean, obviously this is Jack and Coke, but he would just sip Jack Daniels or whatever he had while he was singing, and I was like, man, he looks so cool. Jeez. And before we go on to the next tune, I just want to thank, again, the bartender for making this drink, but also to Campus JAX for hosting us, Tim Ellis, also QSC for doing sound and audio, and we just thank you guys so much for having us here, and Tony and Terrence for the interview, and the crew, thank you guys so much for doing an excellent job in setup, sound check, and tear down. But yeah, we're going to do a couple more, and again, just thank you guys so much for listening, and thank you to ZACK Caplinger for playing with me, because it would be a little weird if I just did a cappella. So we're going to do a ballad for you now. This is one of our favorite collective ballads in general, and I know that they just had a John Coltrane, Johnny Hartman week, right, on Facebook's Jam of the Week. So this is kind of, I guess, for that as well. But we're a week late. But this is going to be my one and only love. Thought of you makes my heart sing like that April breeze on the wings of spring, and you appear in all your splendor, my one and only love.
shadows fall and spread their mystic charms in that hush of night, while I'm in your arms. Your lips are so warm and tender, my one and only love. The touch of your hand is like heaven, a heaven that I've never known. The blush of your cheek whenever I speak tells me that you are my own. You fill my eager heart with such desire. Every kiss that you give sets my soul on fire. I give myself in sweet surrender, my one and only love. The touch of your hand is just like heaven, that heaven that I've never known. Oh, the blush of your cheek whenever I speak tells me that you are my own. You fill my heart with such desire. Every kiss you give sets this soul on fire. I give myself in sweet surrender, my one and only love. Thank you, Zach. It's beautiful. We have a couple more for you guys. This next one is a tune called I'm Old Fashioned. And because I am primarily an educator, I just want to talk about this tune for a second. I originally, so if you're a female, you know that as a jazz singer, you always have to change your keys because only about, maybe 2% of standards in the real book are for us in terms of keys. And originally, I do this in A. And Zach challenged me to do it in F, which is this the original? Is F the original key? So it's the original key, which is also, I mean, it's really good to know the original keys of songs so that if you had a jam session and someone calls it, you can do it. But this is a cool challenge for me because as a female vocalist, you kind of have to learn
maybe octave switches or things like that. Same with like Someone in Love was at a different key than I would do it at a jam session or something. But yeah, this is I'm Old Fashioned. And we're going to kind of lay this one back, right? Sure. On there? All right. I'm old-fashioned. I love the moonlight. Oh, I love the old-fashioned things like that sound of rain upon that window pane, starry song that April sings. This year's fancies are passing fancies, but sighing sighs, holding hands, these my heart understands. I'm old-fashioned, but you know I don't mind it. Say that you agree. Say you'll stay with me. Say you'll stay old-fashioned with me. I'm old-fashioned. I love the moonlight. You know that I love these old-fashioned things like the sound of rain upon that window pane, starry song that April sings. This is fancies are passing fancies, but sighing sighs, holding on my hand, these my heart understands. I'm old-fashioned, but you know I don't mind it. Say that you'll agree. Say you'll stay with me. Say you'll stay old-fashioned with me. Old-fashioned, I love the moonlight. Oh, I've loved the old-fashioned things like the sound of rain upon my window pane. Oh, the starry songs that April sings. This year's fancies are passing fancies, but sighing sighs, holding hands, these my heart understands. I'm old-fashioned, you know I don't mind it. Say that you'll agree. Say you'll stay with me. Say you'll stay old-fashioned. right. Once again, Zach Caplinger. We're going to do one more tune for you guys, and thank you again to Campus JAX, the crew, for having us, Tim, Tony, and Terrence. I just realized you all start with T's. And then QSC, obviously, we're just really grateful to be able to play together. Not only that, but play for you guys. And yes, and then once again, Zach Caplinger on guitar. Hire him for all the great gigs because he's awesome. Also bluegrass, in case you missed that in the interview session. He's an overall great player. But we're going to close out with just a blues.
The more I'm with you, pretty baby, the more I feel my love increase. Building all my dreams around you, our happiness will never cease. 'Cause nothing's any good without you. 'Cause baby, you're my centerpiece. We'll buy a house and garden somewhere along a country road of peace. A little cottage on the outskirts where we could really find release. 'Cause nothing's any good without you. 'Cause baby, you're my centerpiece. happiness will never cease, 'cause nothing's any good without you. 'Cause baby, you're my centerpiece. I will build a house and garden somewhere along a country road of peace, a little cottage on the outskirts where we could really find release. 'Cause nothing's any good without you. 'Cause baby, you're my centerpiece. Yes, baby, you're my centerpiece. Thank you guys so much for joining us again. My name is TERENCE Ray, and this is ZACK CAPLINGER. Thank you again to Campus JAX and the crew for having us, and we hope to see you again soon. Thank you so much.